This is NewDay Saturday Edition. We just have about 20 minutes to go into the program, and we had to, Mr. George Lowe, Honorable George Lowe had to take leave of us, so I'm here with the three panelists. We'll be moving on to discuss the issues around the KMA boss's exit from his position as the mayor of Kumasi. But before then, I'll take some messages and then we begin talking about that one. This says, NPP can be serious. You and your surrogates made sure that my name is deleted from the list. That's making me go through another hectic way to re-register, and you expect my vote. This is this is Al-Hajj Zaid Adenta Frafraha. Please, excuse me. Please, Abna, why is the NDC angry over the deletion of the NHIS registrants? Common doom they couldn't solve, but still you want power. This is Chubby Inofinso. Good morning, Abna. I wonder what exactly the CPP man means. Is it today that you will be demanding this energy problems from the NPP? It says when Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia has been chastised by the NDC for presuming and alluding its rectification to the inability to afford crude oil for powering those defunct machines. Really, I don't understand this text. Perhaps you would want to resend and then we'll read again and you have your response from Mr. Jantua. NPP is only looking for an excuse for their defeat using the voters register. The moment they lose the 2016 elections, they will put the blame on the register, but that is unfortunate and a deliberate move to create instability in the country. This is by Alex Dapila in Kumasi. Razak in Kumasi says, are we interested in getting the so-called undesirable names deleted from the voters register or trying to lay down grounds for disputing the 2016 election results? If our answer is the former, then let anybody, whether Attorney General, let my vote count, etc., to assist the EC to get those names deleted with their evidence and methods at their disposal. This says, thank you and good morning to you all. Good morning, Abna. I have enjoyed the discussions. The NDC government has failed to deliver its promises to Ghanaians. Come November 7th, we will remove them from government. This is Little from Newtown. Abna, I'm not comfortable. No, I can't see this. That's a bit. Let me take the last one and move on. Good morning, Abna. Can the EC ever do something right for the good people of Ghana? Really don't think we can run elections come 7th November. And this is Asalima from Bolga. We'll put a hold on to the messages for now. In the time being, we'll come back to that. So please keep sending them through. But now, gentlemen, we're moving on to the KMA and the issues that have come out of there in the past couple of weeks. Honorable Kokofu, I'll start with you. You are coming from Bantama constituency. So tell us, what's the situation? Did he resign? Was he removed or sacked? Which is which?
From the legal point, he resigned. Others have said otherwise, that he was removed. But all was brought about by an anonymous petition to the president to sack him. The chiefs of the Kumasi Traditional Council had petitioned the president, Mahama, to sack his appointee, MC of Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly. I understand 1 week ultimatum was given. And before dawn, news filtered in that he has resigned, and indeed, I've seen the resignation letter. So whether he was sacked or he resigned is out of office for now. There had been some undercurrents, feuding here and there. The assembly itself, the assembly members itself, had not had it easy running with the mayor. Traders alike, commercial vehicle operators, the trotters and the taxi operators, the various groupings have not also having it quite easy with the mayor since he came on board. The most serious thing has to do with the power play in the Ashanti region within the NDC enclave. The first casualty had to be Yamwa Ponko, the MCE for Ejuso. The whole scenario surrounding his demise and his removal from office tells a whole big story. There have been a big crack within the NDC in the Ashanti region, all because of this 1 million Ashanti votes. You can recall the kind of
I'm trying to get the
1 million connection.
The regional minister, the deputy regional minister, KMA boss in Ashanti region. There have been this, what do you call it? The chair game.
musical chair.
Musical chair games. Musical chair games. The regional minister of Ashanti region have been changed since the party came to government about 4 times or so. The deputy regional minister. It started with Dr. Sapon as the regional minister. This idea of 1 million vote agenda came on board, the project. Who is to control it? That time, Mr. Yamin was the deputy regional minister, and he was supposed to have been in charge, but the regional minister wanted it. So a group and a gang with Kojo Bonsu made sure Yamin is taken off. Yamin went, and there was time to revenge.
And these are allegations you're making.
No, you told me. You told me I'm coming from Kumasi Bantama, and indeed I've been a member of KMA.
So
before, yes. So from the
these things on authority.
And yes, of course, the battle within Ashanti region in the NDC goes beyond what the normal eyes can see. Those who ganged up to get Yamin out managed to get Sapon out as the regional minister, and Sapon's group just regrouped and made sure Kojo Bonsu goes. So it goes on and on and on. Who controls the 1 million votes? And as I tell you, Nana Dankwa Kufuor came to Ashanti region and to Kumasi, to Utumpo, at Menchia. The dream of 1 million votes is, in short, the bubble has been burst.
So you're saying that the exit of Mr. Kojo Bonsu has nothing to do with what he's alleged to, the insolence, the allegations of insolence and all that?
Three-point approach. I told you, yes, it's just true that the Nananum had petitioned the president for alleged insolence. Yeah, it's true. Then there's also the feud with the assembly members themselves. And there's been a feud with the traders and the operators within the Kumasi enclave. And most importantly, the power struggle, the wranglings within the NDC fraternity in the Ashanti region, all put together, saw him off. But we in Kumasi have suffered so much out of these wranglings and all those. As we speak today, Kumasi does not have, the KMA does not have a presiding member because the NDC carried its internal struggling into KMA's machinations and KMA's schemes of affairs. We do not have an MCE. We do not have what we call
presiding member.
Presiding member. Of course, the regional minister is acting, so you can talk of having an MCE in place. So it does not augur well for this district assembly system, the decentralization. That's why I have always been in tune with those who think it's about time we amend the constitution so we can vote into office the officers, the DCs and the MCs. As it stands now, the whole idea, the original idea of decentralization is being defeated. The president wields so much power. The president appoints the DCE to head the assembly, and within the assembly itself had the authority to appoint 1/3 of the membership. So at the end of the day, the executive up there is still controlling the basic local level governance that we so want to decentralize.
Very well.
So by and by, I think I'm with Nana Dankwa Kufuor. The CPP has also espoused the same kind of thinking and idea. I think Parkway Sindum also talks about. So when we are in government, when we come to government, you will have a consensus building. Think through it. all parties invited, if possible, and I think it's going to be possible, you put a bill before Parliament to get that thing done, so we can have proper decentralization policy in place.
Very well. Doc, I'll come to you now. Your take on this issue, and Honorable has raised issues about, I mean, this issue has been a long-standing one, the election of DCEs, really.
Well, I agree with him, but I think this issue needs to be decoupled in the sense that, you know, when it comes to issues of chieftaincy, it's very difficult for you to profess an objective position on it because of the sensitive nature of that institution. But it happened so quick. I mean, everything happened within a certain speed of time, because even though there have been complaints about Mr. Kojo Bonsu's demeanor and temperament in terms of the way he handles his office, especially coming from the opposition and assembly members, I never thought he had any kind of bantam with the chieftaincy or the traditional institution. You know, normally when somebody commits an offense, especially within the realm of chieftaincy, you are always given the opportunity to show remorse, you know, to show remorse. So I'm surprised it just happened all of a sudden. One, I'm told he was given the opportunity to answer to, what did they call it, the allegations that were being leveled against him, and he refused. Some are saying he didn't refuse, but the regional minister instead went and stood in his place, or whatever it is. But you see, this is the problem. The problem that I ask is, yes, the president is the appointing authority. Mr. Kojo Bonsu resigned. He was accused of something. What was he accused of? For removing
alleged insolence, which manifested in his questioning
it was said that
the legitimacy of the representative.
He questioned the legitimacy. Did he have the locals to do that? That's the question that needs to be asked. The person who was representing Otumfuo, yes, Otumfuo nominated him, but was it the right thing? I mean, is he qualified to be there? Do you understand what I'm saying? I ask these questions because at the end of the day, look, we need to do the right thing. Mr. Kojo Bonsu is gone. Chieftaincy as an institution will always exist in what? In our dispensation. What should be and is the relationship between chiefs and what? Politicians or people in authority. Recently, we've heard some chiefs say that they will campaign for this person, they will vote for this person and all those things. Is it the right thing to be done or not? Do you understand what I'm saying? Look, I believe that chieftaincy has an important place in our political dispensation. There's no doubt about it. But it needs to be done right. That is how I see it.
Very well.
It needs to be done right. And when it is done right, people in power and authority have no option than to support them. Let me land on this note.
Please, yes.
We've had these instances where we have chiefs saying that, look, John Mahama will get this percentage of votes in my region. Say Nana will get this percentage. I want to see one of the presidential candidates say that, no, you cannot say that. And I refuse it. I want to see that.
Call President
the endorsements very well. Mr. Joshua,
Call President.
The two early speakers have raised very interesting points here. Chieftaincy institution, yes, guaranteed by the Constitution, but looking at it critically, there are no provisions necessarily to integrate the institution within the modern state. So there's that issue of how the institution could be integrated and the role of the chiefs in the formal state's architecture, if you like. But I think Doc was touching on issues about, I think I was getting issues of culture and how culture is playing into, because the issue there, which is the alleged insolence.
What does it mean?
Perhaps, yes, you're asking, is that a justified grounds for removal? I think that's what I'm getting.
Yeah, that's the point.
Is that a justified grounds for removal? So that if that weren't the case, and perhaps if it wasn't for the particular context of dealing with traditional authorities who require a setting... So
if my father calls my DC and refuse, he's fired?
You know, reverence from their subjects, if you like, then if you do that, you are found, or you're found culpable of something. How do we
The question here is that, was Kojo Bonsu fired or he resigned? That is the material question.
Or perhaps we could start with, why was there the need for the petition in the first place?
To be fired.
What necessitated the petition by the chiefs?
The chiefs,
yes.
Okay. I'm not sure we have enough time.
I don't think so, unfortunately.
But
we could just touch on it.
Because there were a few things. I would have brought up, but I don't think there's enough time. From what I understand, with the building of the new KGT market, the sitting tenants who are there now got the feeling that once the market was built, they would not be giving the first option to take some of the stores there. And so they appealed to Otumfuo. Otumfuo said, oh, if that is the case, let me bring my representative in there to make sure that things are moving in your favor. And if it so happens that everything is done, you'd be giving the first right of call. Now,
so which raises issues about procedure, and that is what Doc was asking. Were things done the way they were supposed to have been done, and all of that? Yeah.
Did Otumfuo have the right to do that to start off with? Who did Otumfuo confer with before?
What does the law says
about that, or whether there isn't any law regulating that?
This is where the irony of chieftaincy
traditional
and
authority
the law
and the formal state.
That's why unless you give me just a minute.
Well, yes, but let him land then. Yes.
Let me finish. And so Kojo Bonsu questioned that, and apparently wrote a letter and copied Otumfuo's palace on the letter, and they felt that he should have come directly to Otumfuo, which apparently he didn't do. And because of that, they called him to come and explain. And in calling him to come and explain, he rather let the regional minister or one of them go, and they found that as insolent.
So clearly a standoff between traditional authority and the former state powers.
But if I may, the regional minister, and I'm looking at a piece on Ghana Web, the regional minister went on a radio show, Abusia FM, and indicated that his resignation would have to be accepted by the president before he can leave. So far as they're concerned, he's still in office.
Right.
So if he was pushed out, why does the regional minister say what he's saying? Well, we don't know the intricacies behind that made Kojo Bonsu resign. But if it so happened that he resigned on his own volition, somebody appointed you, and that person should now say that, yes, I accept your resignation, I don't accept. Now, the key question now is that if the president does not accept Kojo Bonsu's resignation, what happens?
Great.
What's the standoff there?
Honorable, I'll give you 30 seconds to wrap up, and then I think we'll be wrap up on the show.
Flowing from Dr. Jinapo's viewpoint, Doc, it might surprise you the role chiefs play in getting people appointments, getting people appointed to their positions. It might surprise you. So I leave it here. I leave it there.
Yes, but Mr. Johnson raised issues here, which is got to do with procedure and how the Asantehene is playing a role in here, and whether or not if certain procedures were followed, and the effect of his resignation, and perhaps the effect of the president, who is his appointee, not accepting that resignation. They're very interesting issues around that.
How do you want to go into the merits of the whole thing? I know a lot. I was part of the MP's team that went to Brazil to inspect, to work on this project. How do you want to go into this?
Very well. So then,
but the effect of the president refusing the resignation.
Assuming in the event that he does,
Kojo Bonsu comes back to KMA and work in that antagonistic environment.
It will happen.
I'm coming. Work in that antagonistic environment. Kumasi will be the sufferer.
You see, the point is that I talk about procedure, and you see, Kojo Bonsu's whole problem started with him writing a letter
Doc,
to Otumfuo,
please just
which
wrap
is
up
not supposed
because we're
to.
out of time.
It's not
really.
the case.
Yes.
He wrote a letter to Otumfuo, and he should have known better that you can't do that. So what I'm trying to say,
don't go there.
No, please let him wrap up. We're almost done. The time is up. Anyways, let me read some messages now, and then we'll wrap up on the show. This is a good morning, Abna. I think the names presented to the Supreme Court by the EC is fake. which of the stakeholders were involved in deleting the names? The security agencies are now seeing why they are not saying anything. And another one says the smaller parties are not ready to wrestle power from NDC because they attack NPP's policies. This is all the time we have for today, unfortunately. We do hope you had a good time with us, and we'd like to say a big thank you to our panelists, Mr. Jantua, Honorable Kokofu, Dr. Jinapua, and Honorable George Lowe, who had to take leave of us earlier on. We'll see you same time, same place next week. Have a good weekend.